some of us, we make things a lot more difficult than it needs to be. We often make things a lot more difficult than it needs to be, y'all. Like we put ourselves in these situations and things of that sort and live life a certain way until that we wait until things get so bad and we get so right and or we get so fed up with something before we do anything about it.
To some, boundaries are just placing limits. To me, it's where the limitless things begin.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into the Boundaries and More podcast with Jess Abraham. I'm your host, Jess Abraham, your favorite boundaries coach, and today's episode is brought to you by Joyful Styles. Joyful Styles is a lifestyle brand that provides premium quality apparel that promotes joy and positivity. Joyful Styles believes how we approach a situation matters, and choosing to be joyful makes all the difference. You have the power, and it's time to embrace it. So, get your Joyful Styles apparel at joyfulstyles.com. That's JoyfulStylez.com. Also, that link for you is in the show notes. So just click the link to get your Joyful Styles apparel. There is a discount for you as well. Let's go, y'all. For those of you who have not taken the time out to take that boundaries quiz, I suggest that you click the link in the show notes to take that boundaries quiz. Or send me a quick text with the word boundaries, right? Text me the word boundaries to 210-801-9153. Also, for those of you who want to get a real quick head start jump on things you must put boundaries in place, you just not sure where to start, what to do, where to go, or why it is even important, then I want to let you know that I got the tea for you, y'all. I've got the tea. All right, I've created this guide for you, 5 things about boundaries I wish I knew sooner. Right? All for you all. 5 things about boundaries I wish I knew sooner. The link for that is in the show notes as well. However, you can text me the word sooner to 210-801-9153 and I can get that over to you that way as well, y'all. I'm excited to get into this, man, because it's so interesting to me. Right? I bring lots of things that's just interesting to me to the podcast. But it's just so interesting, right, y'all? Y'all see the title, and that's what I really want to know. It's a real question, right? Got a question for each and every one of us out there, out here, right? Why are we like this? Yo, why are we like this? Look, I'm going to get into it because let me tell you, all right, so there's been task right around the house. My wife and I just wanted to get them this with our home, things of that sort. 'Cause, like, we've settled in, but we've been in and out, traveling a lot, all these different things. And there's some things that we still want to do to our home. It's just, some of those things just put on the back burner. Home is nice right now, and we just good, right? So they're just certain things and tasks just wasn't important to us, right? Right. I talked about securing the win. If you have not checked out that episode, go check out that episode, Secure the Win. It was what they just weren't important to us in the moment. Right. However, right, about a month or so ago, my nephew called me out of nowhere. Right. He called me out of nowhere. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he called me and he wanted to come over to our house for a little bit while his brother was going out of town and all these different things. He didn't want to be home without his brother. So he send me call me and ask me to come over. So the minute he called us, right, some of those tasks that me and my wife been putting on the back burner that just wasn't important now immediately came important, right? Because there's some things we wanted to do in our home before him or anyone else got here, and it's especially come here and stay the night or things of that sort, right? So man, it's just so funny because Man, we just like, it just, we got these things done, like these tasks, right? So some of these tasks, it's been on our task list for weeks, months. And some of these things, like it's just so interesting how the minute my nephew called, some of those tasks that have been on the list for weeks and months, maybe some of them days, but it got done within a day, right? Yo, it got done within a day. And then it wasn't even a whole day, a full day, because we took time to like chill out, because I have, there's times where I have required rest periods, right? Like I make it a mission and a point to rest during certain times and certain days of the week and things of that sort. So man, even with that in place, we got those things done so fast. It was just, it's interesting, and we done it properly, right? It wasn't just a little quick fix type thing necessarily, but we got a good bit of the task done. Like all it took was that phone call to like kick us into gear, because it just wasn't important to us all those other times, right? Like it's so interesting to me, y'all. Why are we like this? Why are we like this? I know me and my wife are not the only ones who've done this or do things like this, right? I know we're not. We're not in this alone, because I know we've done it multiple times in different ways and different things. And then we seen it done to other people. Like it's just, oh, we want to host. Like I was on the phone with someone recently, and then there was like, yeah, someone called and said that we wanted to host this, they want to host this thing at my place. So I'm just in here cleaning up, getting things done. And I'm just like, right, they knew for like a week or so that this was coming, but then that day they decided to get things done the day of that people were coming over, right? It happens, right? As people, we do this often. It's so interesting too. Like when I'm thinking about this, I thought about how in college, right? In college, I knew, man, the first day of class, we get the syllabus. We know what's coming. We know what, we might not know all the details of every single assignment, but we know the gist of the things and certain deadlines and big projects and presentations that may need to be done throughout the course or whatever, right? And even we might get some instructions a week prior or at the beginning of the week for the stuff that we do at the end of the week, papers, all these different things. And what happens is not that we don't incrementally work on these things throughout the time. We waited. Well, I'll speak for myself. I know I'm not alone, but I'm going to just speak for myself. I didn't necessarily incrementally do these things throughout the time, but at the end of the week, right, the day before the paper is due, I'm up all night like a crazy person writing these papers, not getting any sleep, right? I don't even know if what I'm typing is making any sense anymore, because I started to get sleepy. There's times I fell asleep in the middle of working on assignments to wake back up just to finish it. And I even went to class late before trying to finish a paper that I knew was due. Like I've done that plenty of times in college. So many times I've done it in college, right? But it's just like, again, y'all, why are we like this? Why are we like this? It's not necessarily the man, it's so interesting, man, because some of us we make things a lot more difficult than it needs to be. We often make things a lot more difficult than it needs to be, y'all. Like we put ourselves in these situations and things of that sort and live life a certain way until that we wait until things get so bad and we get so or right and or we get so fed up with something before we do anything about it, right? We let it get so bad, we get or we get so fed up before we do it. Like instead of doing the things in between to not even get to the so bad point or the so fed up point. Like, why are we like this? Why are we like this, y'all? Like me, for example, right? Now, the truth is, right? The truth is I've let my weight get out of hand. right? I've let my weight get out of hand. And it's been, it didn't happen in a day. It didn't happen in a month, but it got out of hand. Well, that's another story for some of that. But anyway, it just got out of hand, right? No matter the circumstances and things that happen that cause XYZ, whatever, it doesn't matter. But the fact is, I've let my weight get out of hand, right? Now I'm in the process of working 10 times harder, 10 times harder just to release the weight and get back to a weight that I feel most comfortable. That I'm like, yeah, that's the one. I liked how my clothes fit then. I liked how this looked and that was. And now I got to work 10 times harder now to do that versus if I had just maintained while I was in it, right? I could have just maintained and it wouldn't be 10 times harder now. It would have just been daily life, right? Instead, it's just, man, let things get out of hand. Why do we do this? Why are we like this? Right? Why are we like this? I know, y'all, I am not the only one, but it's okay because I'm going to take full responsibility right here, right now. I know I'm not the only one, but I'm going to take full responsibility and just talk about me today, right? I put the blame it on me. Say it's my fault. No, we're not doing that, y'all. That's that song. Some of you may get that reference, but no, we're not doing that. We're not putting it on you, putting the blame and saying it's your fault. We're not pointing fingers. We're not pointing fault. We taking full responsibility to get to the other side of things and to reach our dreams, our goals, our desires. That's what we're doing. Here is where we take full responsibility, right? And we hold each other accountable for these things. All right, look now. Okay. Also, y'all, right? This Boundaries and More podcast, y'all. It's like in just in life, right? In general, with your boundaries or lack thereof, or any of these things, just certain relationships, right? You're in certain relationships and you get a little, right, how they say red flag, right? There's a red flag. You let people like you see the sense, you see someone using you in certain ways and in certain situations. Unfortunately, people abuse you, and it's like, man, before you even do anything about it, it's like this happens 5 times or 10 times or just consistently happen daily before you get the oomph or muster up the courage to say or do anything about it. You right to tell these people, no, you can no longer use me. No, I will no longer do this and be that for you. Right? We wait so long. Some people wait months. Some people wait years. Some people let a decade go by in unhappy situations, knowing it ain't right. It's not right. And they just let it go. Because what? Why are we like this? Before we say something, like we need to feel I don't know. Why is it like we need to feel this pain, this extra suffering, that's why does that need to be the thing that get us going? I'm here to say, like, I believe there's a better way, right? In all these situations, I really, really believe there's a better way, y'all. We don't need to be in situations or unhappy or unsatisfied because this is the status quo. Shake that up. It's time to switch up the status quo. Create your new status quo. Right? I say it like this. We are not required to stay in these things because of whatever reason, right? Who cares that you've been at this place of work for X amount of years and you ain't on this and that? Some people are like, no, I want to get my benefits and do what about your mental health? What about your sanity? What about your peace? You ain't gonna be able to enjoy any of those benefits if you don't have your peace, your sanity, if your mental health is all out of whack, right? It is not required for us to wait until we had a breaking point to just break. No, how about when we start seeing things start getting out of alignment, we just straighten it back up, right? Don't wait, right? Don't wait until things are fully out of whack. Because y'all, listen, it is so much harder to get it back in place. I'm not saying it's impossible, because it's not. It's very, very possible, right? I'm possible to get things back in alignment. But I challenge us, right? This is just not for you all. This is for us. I challenge us to stop waiting to the last second to get things done, right? Stop waiting and letting things bend so far that it's borderline at any second, any little can break us, right? Stop waiting and getting to that point where that's happening, right? Let's start. Oh, this came in my spirit. Stop letting things build up inside, and then you want to explode on the people that ain't even do the thing to you. You mad at this person, but you taking it out on all these people, when you should be just correcting the thing with whoever, the one who really, really made you mad or upset. These people may have done something to upset you, but the real buildup came from the person who was using and abusing you over and over, right? It's not right. It's not right. Listen, y'all. It's not right for us to be taking things out on other people. It's not, right? It's our responsibility to self-reflect, to really like see what it is that we're allowing that people do. Because again, I mentioned this multiple times here, people do what we allow them to do over and over again, right? The first time, oh, that's a fluke. You didn't get it. You didn't understand what my boundaries were, or you didn't understand how this thing works. Okay, got it. All right, just don't let it happen again, right? But if we continuously allow people to do that same thing we didn't like or agree with over and over and over and over again, it's our fault, right? Blame yourself. Take full responsibility. Take ownership, right? If you haven't, check that episode out, right? Take ownership. It's on us, right? We are the ones who are required to teach people how to treat us. They only do what we allow. That's my story. I'm sticking to it, y'all. I'm sticking to it. Look, y'all. One more thing I want to bring up, because this is the thing, one of the last things that came to mind before getting into the episode here, right? And it's one of the things that we do, we act like, right? We act like we need 82 signs before we move on the thing that God told us to move on too many times. The thing that God told us to do. We already know. We keep asking, because the thing is, we don't really want to do it. So we keep going back and asking, like, what should I do now? What should I do now? What should I do? But we already know the answer. And now we looking for 82 different signs just to make it happen. Right? Like, come on, man. We got to stop this stuff. It's not okay, y'all. It's not okay. Why are we like this? That's the question, right? That's the question. Now, practical things for you to do, right? Because we all do it. And I'm, okay. Practical thing for you to do. Make a list, right? Y'all know my favorite way to take notes, if you've been listening to the podcast, is in my phones, notes app, things of that sort. But you can write on a sheet of paper, whatever is comfortable for you, right? But write out all these different things that tend to be a last minute thing, or something that you wait too long to speak up about. All these different things. Write it out, whether it's currently happening in your life, or it happened in the past, or things of that sort, because we can still learn from our past decisions. We can, right? So write those things now currently happening in your life, and then write those things from the past, because some of those things from the past that we didn't deal with is why it's currently showing up in our life right now. Right? The waiting until the last minute to get things done, to getting that phone call to kick things into gear, to I do certain tasks in the house, right? Ain't no way the laundry should be sitting there for a week. It shouldn't. I know. But we do it as people. Why are we like this? Right? Those clothes bins should have been folded and put away or just out of whatever. That should have happened a long time ago. Right? But why are we like this? Right? This is what we do, y'all. This is what we do. That's really what I got for you today. I just really want to know, why are we like this? Why are we like this? And I want to get you thinking, because we talked about this in other episodes before. If you have not listened to the podcast, this is your first time here, welcome. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. I truly do. Thank you. And I want you to take some time to go binge listen. Just look at the episode titles and see what resonates with you. Or you can go from the beginning and work your way up to now, however you want to do it. I just wanted to free you up, whatever it is, right? Because we all go through different seasons and times in our lives, and things we may have listened to before, it may have been like, oh, okay, I hear you. But now it resonates with us even more in this current season. So take some time out to binge listen. Go back, listen to the things that are resonating right now. Like if that title just stands out to you, like, yeah, that's the one, I'm going to need to go listen to that. Then you do that. Because I believe there's going to be something in there that is going to assist you with your breakthrough. And that's what we're here for, y'all. To free some people up. That's man. That's my number one goal, mission here. Like, free people up to really, truly live a life that brings you the most joy. Like, that's what it's about. Like, truly, 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 y'all. We got this. So why are we like this? That's for you to answer. Right? Specifically, why are you like this? Right? You can say that. You can put that on the top of the paper or the notes that you take. Why am I like this? And write out those things that I mentioned for you to write out, right? The things that are currently happening in your life now that you're procrastinating on, really truly what it is, right? Waiting to the last second to do. And or the things that are currently in your life that this season it's time for you to pivot, whether that's with certain relationships, with your current career, or whatever it is, or whatever you've been doing to this point. It's time to, but you like you waiting for something to cause things to just be an explosion, instead of, let's fix this wiring is out of control now, let's just fix this now, right? I just, look, y'all, take the time out to do that today. That's really my question for you. That's all I have for you today. Nothing deep, nothing too crazy, right? Like as ever. But I really want us to like analyze that, so that we can free ourselves up from whatever it is that's really holding us back, right? Again, I talked about getting to the root of these things. And this is how we can actually start to get to that better life, whatever it is that we desire, right? This is where we start. So y'all, again, take the time to do that. Take the time out today to follow us on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. Again, that's on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. Don't forget to grab your Joyful Styles apparel. That link for you is in the show notes. Take some time out to take that boundaries quiz as well. And you want the tea. So learn those 5 things about boundaries I wish I knew sooner. All of those links are in the show notes for you, y'all. They're in the show notes, right? So today, I want you to truly, truly, truly take some time out to have an amazingly, amazingly beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and be back here next week for more Boundaries and More with Jas Abraham. Talk to y'all then.